So pretty much what I'm doing here is you're gonna measure for the pony wall. So I measure the front and the back to make sure I get my sizes right, and we're gonna make 2 walls. Put some F26 just as extra security, even though most of the screws will be doing the holding in this particular setting. Here I'm adding shims to make it level, and that's what I'm doing here, as you can see. And then once everything's level, you're good to screw it in, and then we can attach the pony wall. Here I installed the second wall, and this is me putting it together, and then I went ahead and installed it. It's off camera, but you'll see it later.
Hot water, cold water, shower head. If there was a tub, it'd be a 4-way. I'm gonna show you. You're gonna get these. They're called 1/2 inch to 1/2 inch FNPT female adapter. Take one out. Let's see what it looks like. It should look like this. If you're running 1/2 inch pecs,
You'll get a roll like this. They only sell hundreds at my hardware store. Sometimes they sell 50 or 25. You don't need much for this. You're going to run this, your white, or if you have blue, as your cold. And then this part goes into here. And you're going to use these hex clamps, 1/2 inch. And then that's how you clamp it onto that. So that's how this part goes into your hose. And then I will show you. You're going to want to keep this if you do tiling. That's why they bring it to you. So whenever you put it on the wall, you just keep this in, you tile around it, and then that way at the end it doesn't affect your metal. First thing that I like to do, grab your plumbing tape. Tear off a little piece here. And you're going to want to put this in the direction that's going to spin. So like this. And then you sort of just wrap it. like so. I always do two laps. I cover the entire thing. And on that last one, I leave it all stretched out like that. I leave it tucked. So you should have 2 or 3 wraps, and then I kind of flatten it down. And then you grab this piece here, and then you screw it on. And then you grab your wrench and you tighten it. But right now we'll just finger tighten all of them on. I'll show you a close up of what I'm talking about when I say wrap it in the direction that it's going to be wrapping. So pretty much your last piece that folds like this has to fold like that because you're going to tighten to the right. If it's the opposite direction, it'll get bunched up and then that will cause a leak without you even knowing. You'll think you did everything right and then there'll be an invisible leak. And because this is behind your wall, this part's pretty important. Okay, and then you have your wood here. I would recommend cutting your insulation and pushing the stud back as far as you possibly can. Because if you see the gap here, you want these to be in the wall because these are where your tubes are going to be. So I would recommend finding your spot because you want to leave room against the stud here so that the tube can go up. And then you get this in here. And this is actually the label. So you can see the hot needs to be on this side, the cold needs to be on this side. As long as you got all that, you find your spot, make sure it's where you want it, and then you screw this in. And there you go. Shake it, make sure that you want to simulate people turning off and on the water. You want to make sure this ain't going now. It's not going anywhere. I just diagonally did those into the studs on both sides. This is 24 center on studs. Usually 16 on center would be like perfect, which is what I did on this piece here because that's what I normally do. But I didn't frame up this exact cabin. So there we go. And then you pretty much just put your tubes on either side. Red goes in here, and then you can make it go away. And then the blue or your white will go on this side. I'm gonna shoot it through this hole, It'll go over here, and then it'll go into the ground because underneath is where it'll run to the kitchen. And then that's really all we need for the hot. And then the cold will run over here by where the toilet's at. And then I'll go ahead and show you that next. Because some of you are asking maybe the reason why I didn't just bin that, because theoretically you could have. That's like a hard 180. I don't like doing that. I think it causes too much stress on the pegs there. That'll last a lot longer than if I just bent it. So, and theoretically, what you could have done if I didn't do this first, if I went ahead and plumbed the wall first, which is probably what I should have done in hindsight, you would have just elbowed one, ran it down, and go under, and then go up through where you're going to put the toilet, or you can go elbow down, and then do another elbow just like that, but it would look way cleaner, and it would be behind this shelf here, and then you'd shoot it underneath that way. I just did it like this, and then I'm going to do that, and then it's going to go over there. So same result, 2 elbows used. There's not more expensive to get this right there. Either way, you're gonna have to elbow it up in it, so it really don't matter. Make sure it's shoved all the way down. This PEX thing, you see halfway down, I can't take it out unless you pull this, obviously. Then you can release it if it gets stuck, but it's supposed to go all the way down and then it'll go back up. So if you stop halfway, it won't let you. The shut is on. You're supposed to cut it all the way down. And then this next piece. You get another one of these pens here. Now this thing should screw directly into this. So, and this is all that I use. Nothing fancy. Just make sure you really tighten it. At it first. There you go. Real quick. There you go. That's effectively that. You just put a bracket piece right there. And that's your shower head. Shove it back all the way. Make sure that this part is behind the wall and only the threaded piece is available to see, and then your circle part will go right up there on top of the sheetrock. So try to make this, like pretty much this brash right here, level with your stud, and then your drywall will go over it, cover some of the threads. So that's good. We clamp that down. Take this, it goes directly onto here like that. There you go. On, hot, cold. There you go. And then, obviously you put this on before the handle. There you get the message. It's after your everything. So I'm going to do drywall. We're actually doing metal in here, so I'm not too worried about the finish with this drywall. Doing metal right on top of it. This is just a backing. And then, so yeah, let's go ahead and put all the drywall in, and then we'll be good to go. Put this all up, stable this back. I was going to show you this. if you take this part off, the shower head, you ever wonder what this part is right here? Like a little stopper plug thingy. You don't use this for anything else other than you screw it in there and then you turn the water on and you look for leaks while everything's open. And now obviously I don't have water and I've been doing this quite a while, so I trust what I do. So I know that's not going to leak, but you would screw it in right there and then you would turn your water on. If you see any leaks anywhere, then you can fix it right now. That's what this is for, just in case anybody was curious. Okay. So I always turn the camera off for that part because I'm not the greatest drywaller in the world. So I've seen them miss quite a lot. But I actually, proud to say, I did that one in the first try. Good video. The cold water, like I said, I ran it over here and then I just did a stub out. That's where the toilet's gonna go. And then I think on the ceiling, I'm gonna do what I did everywhere else, which is this stuff right here. Tongue and groove. Not bad. It's everywhere else, and I did the accent wall right there in the green. And then this is the bathroom here. So I'm gonna mud and tape this up, and then we're gonna go ahead and do metal. And then I think I'm gonna do wood on the ceiling, and then I'm gonna come up here and put wood right there. So that's what we'll do next. But that concludes this video. If there's anything else you want to see, then let me know. I think people should only hire out people like me if they're too busy. They shouldn't be at mercy of paying somebody, especially a plumber. I know they're going to charge a lot for that. Plumber would probably charge $1,000 for that. It's ridiculous. I would too. I'm not saying that their prices are ridiculous. That's how you run a business. But I am saying you should not be forced to pay that because you don't know how to do it. So if there's anything you'd like me to show you how to do, plumbing, electrical, carpentry, drywall. I'm not the best drywaller, but I could show you the basics. And then from there, pretty much that's it. There's basics to everything. And then from there, it's just about mastering the skill. So if you want it to look perfect and you are a beginner, I would hire somebody else. If you don't have a mentor, maybe I could be that. I don't know. But if there's anything you want to see me do specifically, just comment it down. And then, yeah, that's that.